In the dawn of humanity, two tribes stood divided by an ancient chasm. One, the keepers of the flame, had harnessed the power of fire, their faces illuminated by its dancing light. The other, the children of shadow, clung to the comforting embrace of darkness, their eyes wide and wary in the night. As the moon waxed and waned, marking the passage of time, the keepers of the flame grew in knowledge and strength. They tracked the celestial dance above, reading stories in the stars and divining meaning from the moon's cycles. Their fires burned bright, a beacon of progress in a world still shrouded in mystery. But nearby, hidden in the depths of primeval forests, the children of shadow watched with growing unease. To them, fire was not a gift, but a curse, a betrayal of the sacred darkness that had sheltered their ancestors since time immemorial. They saw the spreading flames as a threat to their very existence, a force that would consume their shadowy realm. Fear, that ancient enemy of understanding, crept into their hearts like tendrils of smoke. It whispered of destruction, of the end of all they held dear. And so, with heavy hearts and trembling hands, they took up arms against their fiery neighbors. The clash of spear against shield echoed through the valleys, a thunderous drumbeat of conflict. Smoke billowed across makeshift battlefields, obscuring friend from foe. In the chaos, faces flickered in and out of view, illuminated by the very flames that had sparked this war. But amidst the fury and the fear, one man stood apart. Karu, a young warrior of the Keepers of the Flame, saw not enemies before him, but fellow humans lost in darkness. As others raised weapons, he raised a torch, its light cutting through the smoky haze like a beacon of hope. With each step forward, Karu's resolve grew stronger. He remembered the warmth of the fire, how it had brought his people together, how it had chased away the terrors of the night. This was not a force of destruction, but of creation, of community, of progress, of life itself. And so in the heart of battle, Karu made a choice. Where others sought conquest, he chose compassion. Where hatred burned hot, he offered understanding. With trembling hands, he approached the nearest warrior of the shadow, his torch held high, not as a weapon, but as an offering. For a moment, the world held its breath. The clash of battle faded, replaced by an expectant silence. In that space between heartbeats, two worlds collided, light and shadow, fear and hope, the past and the future. Then, slowly, hesitantly, a hand reached out. Fingers that had never known anything but darkness touched the flame, feeling its warmth, seeing its light for the first time. Wonder replaced fear in eyes that had only known the night. One by one, the children of shadow approached, drawn by curiosity and the promise of something new. Karu shared his fire freely, teaching them to tend the flames, to harness its power not for destruction, but for life. As the night deepened, a miracle unfolded. Where once two tribes had stood divided, now they gathered as one around a single, shared flame. The fire crackled softly, casting its warm glow on faces that no longer saw each other as enemies, but as kin. Under the vast canopy of stars, old grudges melted away like morning mist. Stories were shared, laughter echoed, and for the first time in living memory, an alliance was born. Not through the shedding of blood, but through the sharing of flame. In that moment, as the fire danced and shadows retreated, a new chapter in human history began to unfold. It was a testament to the power of understanding, to the strength found in unity rather than division. And so, as the embers glowed and the night sky wheeled overhead, a legendary peace was born. It was a peace forged not in the heat of battle, but in the warmth of a shared fire. A peace that whispered of hope, of progress, of a future where light and shadow could coexist in harmony. For in the end, it was not the conquest of one tribe over another that brought about change. It was the simple act of sharing, of extending a hand, of offering warmth, of choosing compassion over fear. In that flickering firelight, humanity took its first steps towards a brighter dawn, united by the very flame that had once divided them.